And then you want to get to your more powerful minions and your more powerful effects. So that was one of the reasons why, like, when I was drafting, with this draft, I was trying to take... I kind of started drafting a control deck because, like, an effect like Fractal Replication is just a really powerful control effect. I think I'm actually going to get rid of Young Flamewing because I want the Provokers. Yeah, Ujata. That's the good stuff. All right, so here, I'm actually just going to get rid of Blood Tier Alchemist. I'm going to walk forward and play Kajata. I could have played this here and then played the Blood Tier Alchemist here and pinged my opponent to have a little more control over the map. But I think I'd rather just leave the mana tiles intact. Things are going to get... things are going to start being pretty good here, I think. Tempest. Alright, that's pretty good. Hopefully my opponent doesn't have a way to deny this. Yeah, going second when you have a ton of 5-drops in your deck is really good. A little early for Mandrake. And we'll just play, let's see. I guess I'd actually rather play this. My opponent has a removal spell. I'd kind of rather have this here. And then playing this first and then playing this means that I can like move this anywhere next turn, whereas like if I play this and then this just moves 2 squares. It's a slight bonus, and I would slightly rather have this than this in play if he has a removal spell, so all those things combined. Put a riddle in your opponent's action bar. What does this do? You can't replace. Cast to give your opponent a riddle. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. You got a riddle. Okay, so here... again, we're going to witness the power of Dampening Wave. So let's think about what I want to play this turn. Kind of want to just play the Riddle. And the Grow minion. Alternatively, I could play the Justicar and do this. Kind of like all the cards in my hand. Even these 2 cards in general, the Clear 3 Toughness guy is pretty good. Let's think. Let's think about this. I think I'd rather get the Grimrock growing. So we'll do this, and then we'll get rid of the Riddle. Alright, so the Riddle is now gone. And we definitely want to whack our opponent because we're far ahead. And do I want to replace anything? Kind of. Actually, I do want to just replace this. I have more powerful cards I can draw into, so I'd rather just do that as opposed to having like deal 2 damage. I feel like I'll be able to keep the board pretty clear as is. And you know, with Grow minions, obviously, the earlier you play them, the better it is. So that's kind of where I'm at on that one. So I guess I haven't been saying it exactly, but I am when I look over this way, I'm looking over at my other monitor where I have my snip of my thing. All right, cool, pretty good. Again, Dampening Wave is the nut. And when I say the nut, I mean the best possible. It just gains you so much tempo. And now we're just going to start killing our opponent. And we're going to play another Provoker. Question is, do I want to play this as well? Let's see. I'm going to have 18 power in play next turn, so if my opponent clears 1 thing, or 17, actually, yeah. So I want to play this. So this is an example of when you want to count how much actual damage you can output in a situation. So sometimes I get a little lazy about replacing. So I should be replacing before I make my actions, but It was so unlikely that I did anything other than what I did. Okay, so let me just show you this real quick. What I was going to say. So my opponent was at 14, and I had the choice whether or not to play the Blood Tear Alchemist or not. The Grimrock. If my opponent has a way to clear the Grimrock, then I have a 5/5. I have the 5/5 provoke. I have the 4/6 provoke. I have my General, which after I use my hero power, I'm going to deal 4. So I have 5 + 4 + 4 is 13. My opponent's at 14. So now, in order to live another turn, all my opponent has to do is clear the Grimrock. And if they do that, then I'm giving them another turn. Now, I'm so far ahead in that game that it probably doesn't matter, but I play the Blood Tear Alchemist because then my opponent goes to 13, and they're dead to what I have in play, and even if they have like a way to clear it plus a way to gain 2 life, then I can deal them 2 damage from the Healing Mystic plus, or excuse me, 2 damage. I was thinking of Healing Mystic because that's the most common way that they would gain 4 life. But anyway, so that's how that goes.